Hello and welcome to Most Haunted Live. Today is summer solstice, the longest day of the year, possibly the most frightening night of our lives. Now, I'm a great believer that lots of houses were never meant to be lived in, and this is one of them.
Now, this is Woodchester Mansion, deep in the Gloucestershire countryside and miles from anywhere. This has had history for over 2,500 years. It was the home of Anglo-Saxon fiefdom, Romans have been here, and indeed kings and queens of England. But as Yvette said, no one should live here, and no one has ever lived here.
No.
Not only that, in 1870, one night, the workmen who were constructing this very building for 12 years fled, and no one knows why.
Of course, we've got our usual experts on Most Haunted Live, and Most Haunted Live would not be complete without our audience. So much for coming. Brilliant.
Indeed. Now, of course, this is the drawing room that we're all in, and this is the only room in this whole mansion that has actually ever been completed. The rest of the house hasn't been completed, and many of the rooms actually don't have floors, there aren't ceilings, and so
bats.
on. And there are a lot of bats.
Big bats.
Big bats. Now, Yvette, fourth Most Haunted Live.
Yes.
How do you feel about the whole location?
I think it's a massive building. It's absolutely beautiful, but there's something about it. Everybody's been saying so today. There is definitely something about this building. I don't know if our audience can feel it, but there's something here. What it's going to be like when there's no lights, and what I'm really looking forward to is walking around and seeing what Derek picks up.
For the first location, we want you to go to the cellar.
Oh, God.
Will you go now?
Yeah, I suppose I haven't got a
Okay, ladies
choice,
and gentlemen,
have I?
Yvette Fielding, as she goes alone. To the cellar on her own. You can see Yvette is now walking all the way down the corridor, the main corridor here. There she is, and she's turning right there, and at the top of that corridor you'll see, right at the top there, are the stairs leading down into the cellar. Okay, so there is Yvette leading into the cellar. Now, Woodchester Mansion is an amazing example of Gothic architecture. It's a fabulous building, and it has an enormous story. 450 bats live here. I can tell you that. You can see those bats now, lesser and greater horseshoe bats. What's more is that the bats are beginning to wake up. This is the time when the bats will leave the belfry at the top of Woodchester Mansion and start to fly out, and I can already hear the bats beginning to wake up. That's nice, isn't it? But the history of Woodchester Mansion is amazing. Don't take my word for it. Have a look at this.
Take my hand and let me guide you into a forgotten world, a place riddled with historical mystery, an ancient monument left to ruin. Come forth and witness the magic of Woodchester Mansion. An incomplete Victorian Gothic masterpiece, abandoned by the very builders who promised it life, ignored by the people who pledged to nurture it, an aborted mistake that should never have happened. Our very own paranormal research team have already been here to set up their baseline experiments in and around this supposedly haunted location. Building began in 1856, constructed from the finest Cotswold stone, menacing gargoyles keeping watch, 27 rooms, 12 years of blood, sweat and tears, and an unexplained, mysterious end.
One day in 1870, they upped and left, leaving their tools, their templates, their plans, the whole house abandoned overnight. Whether or not there were plans to carry on his death, his son had no interest. He asked the architect how much it would cost to knock it down. It cost more than it would cost to leave it standing. So the building was left, and the building has remained to this day, half finished, but a testament to the faith and the architectural ambitions of one extraordinary man.
Rooms are unfinished, corridors lead to doorways leading to nothing. Magnificent fireplaces wait in anticipation for floors to meet their hearths. The reasons why construction ceased is unknown, but on a site that has been witness to bloody battles, satanic devil worship and murder, would you?
I was walking down the main corridor one night and felt a very definite tug at the back of my head, and I was wearing my hair in a ponytail, and the whole ponytail was pulled, and immediately I thought I caught it on my coat, but it wasn't so, and the hairs on my head stood up on end, and that feeling didn't leave me until I left the building. I'd gone out the front door.
Can the Most Haunted team unearth the mystery behind the vanishing workman? And in a building that never lived, who are the phantoms and spectres that have made this their spiritual home?
Let's go and see how Yvette is getting on down in the cellar.
Right. At the moment we've got the lights on, and I know that that's... Okay. Ooh. Right. Okay. Do you want to turn the lights on and go then? Yeah? I'm going to be on my own because I'm going to send everybody off, so do you want to turn the lights off and I'll see you in a while? Oh God. Bye. Bye then. Oh God. Right, where's my camera? Can you hear me? You can hear me, can't you? I'm going to pick up my camera. Oh, jeepers. Oh my God. Hang on a sec. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
No, put your face.
No, can't see me. No, my camera's not working. There we go. Can you see me now? Oh, you can see me. Hooray, we've got it. Okay, thanks guys. You can go now. Okay. It's not working. Okay, I'm going to put my camera down now. Okay. All right. All right, let's see. Oh my God. I can't see anything at all. All right. Now, because our camera's gone down, there we go. That was a light that just went on in there. Okay, right. Because my camera's just gone down for some bizarre reason, if we just shut the door, there's only me and Graham in here, isn't there, Graham? Okay. All right, so let's go back to the hub and see if we can get the camera fixed. It's really spooky down here. Hurry up, hurry up.
She's braver than I am. I love sending her down to the cellar. Well, joining me also tonight, of course, two of the regulars from Most Haunted Live. First of all, Matthew Smith.
Hi.
Hello, lovely to see you. You're a parapsychologist from Liverpool Hope University.
That's right.
What do you expect from tonight?
Well, I've again got great anticipations. It's a fantastic location. Just seems to get better and better. And again, loads and loads of experiences people have had here in the past, seeing things, feeling odd sensations.
And also, you keep saying to me in all these shows, we need more experiments, we need to look at this more closely. 5 interactive experiments tonight. Yeah, excited about that?
That's right. We've got a number of experiments where people, again, at home can take part and ring in and fax in things as well. So, again, hopefully we're going to get something that's, you know, maybe could be very strong evidence for the paranormal.
Maybe could be. We'll see. Richard Felix, great to see you as well, historian. The history here, from my point of view, is amazing. Are we in the right location?
Yeah, we've got 2,500 years of history. 2,500 years of people living here on this spot and, of course, dying here in all sorts of terrible circumstances. Tonight, summer solstice, so special, so sacred to so many cultures. The night of fire and light, and, of course, spirits and souls crave the light, both evil and, of course, good.
Well, this programme really couldn't take place without one particular man. He's a clairvoyant. He's a clairaudient. He's also been described as the David Beckham of the spiritual world. Please will you welcome Derek Okora. What a reception.
Fabulous, great. How couldn't we wait now for these lovely people with spirit?
But that aside,
yes.
You arrived here this afternoon, you'd never been here before.
No.
And already, when we were downstairs just sort of checking out the venue, something very odd happened.
Absolutely. Yvette noticed that there was a very, very thin layer of a mist that was going across the particular room. There was nothing to the top of it, to the bottom, and it was staying dormant. Then I walked towards it, and immediately activity all around my head, my shoulders, and I heard very clearly a lady's voice, and I knew she wanted me to hear her. She said, "My name's Elizabeth, Elizabeth, Elizabeth." And my feelings, she stopped then, and it just faded away. So that gave me an expectation that Elizabeth was going to really try hard in communication tonight.
Burrowing beneath the imposing structure of Woodchester Mansion lies a maze of rooms and corridors, a permanent reminder of the grandeur that should have been. Instead, the darkened hole of nothingness, beautifully formed but void of life, an empty chasm of broken dreams. Those brave enough to venture deep into the mansion's belly have observed some strange and terrifying occurrences, but nothing can prepare you for the random hair-pulling, low humming whispers and sudden emergence of shadow-like mist that make this incomplete work of art one of Britain's most haunted sites.
Hello, love. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Oh, Jesus, don't say that, please. Please don't say anything like that to me.
Well, there is, just if you want to move over, just as I got eye shot of you, here, and he was just in the other room. He came, actually, he didn't have to come through the doorway. I noticed him just floating through that wall and he's housed himself here. And he's a little fella. He mustn't be any more than 3'8" or something. He's got a head covering, and he's a scruffy-looking little man. And it's a man, it's not a child. And this one set the lights. Did you notice the lights dimming in both?
Well, yeah, I didn't know whether that was because we'd done it for the programme or whether it was. We'll have to check on that.
Well, it dimmed in the other room before you shouted me through as I was walking along. And he's coming around. He's the one that's in effect that comes around. Now, I don't know if there's any talk of poltergeist activity in this building, but this little guy most definitely is the one that's responsible for, I feel, sort of activities here.
Can you see him now?
Yes. He's about, I'm no taller than 3'6", 3'8". He's oldish in face. He's got this, it's not a hood, but a scruffy. It looks like two types of material over his head. The material goes down here, it's cut away and ragged. His legs around the knees look as if they are, swollen and what have you. His feet
Can you
are
go
just...
towards him?
Yes.
We need Phil Wyman, our paranormal investigator
Phil,
down
yes.
here. We need Phil down here. Can somebody please send Phil down, please, as soon as possible?
Now, this one is responsible for a lot, I believe, of activity, although I know nothing about this building, and this is the one who gets up to dishevelment. He'll mess about with things, he will cause shrieks and what have you. Shrieks. Thank you. Now, I feel he was, thank you, Sam, he was here for a reason. He was here for a reason. Okay. Oh, Ivy, here it comes. This one here, this little man, okay, was around here because now I'm getting mentally as if I'm hearing the thud of a lot of feet and what have you. And I feel on this base here, but this is taking me way back. There's been Roman soldiers in this area because this changes. How far back is that? And he was a plaything to these Roman soldiers, especially. He was the servant to a centurion of soldiers. He was the servant.
So it's almost like a jester, but to make them happy.
Yes, but his master was the centurion.
What, is he still there? Can you still see him?
His energy's there. It's not as clear as what. But Phil, what he did, he moved from this room, dimmed the lights. Before I heard Yvette calling me, I'm coming along the passageway. I saw the dimming of lights, and also I noticed a dimming this way. He came. He didn't use no door. He went missing through the wall. I come, and Yvette was standing here. Then he moved back to this area.
Do you think he's responsible for making the camera and the microphone going down?
He's learned the art of doing this. Drainage of batteries. He would be absolutely, because he's drawing off the energies.
Is there any energy there still? Is he?
Yes, he's still.
Can I just get past you, Dad?
He's, like in physical view, he's not there,
right.
But his energy, the remnants of his energy is here. I feel that there must be some kind of vortex at this level where he actually comes in and goes out and gains his energies. But whilst we're down here, the camera crew, the sound men, and what have you, and even ourselves, he is immediately drained off the lights and what batteries. The next thing, during the course of the evening, when we come into this area, or anyone comes here, he is definitely going to make his mark this one. He's too busy.
Do you think it's a good idea that I be on my own in here then?
I would say not, because, I mean, he'd probably get up to all kinds of things, pulling your clothes, or he could, you know, whatever. I mean, no long-term damage, I know that. But, you know, not to harm you. I mean, I'm just saying this is exactly what he is. I suppose he's like a little jester in the sense that he would, quite an oldish face in a small body. I thought it was a small boy at first. But when I looked at his face and he really showed himself, you know, as a midget.
Is there somebody out there? Is there somebody out there?
There was a noise there, wasn't there?
Yes. Can I say
Is there?
also...
Can you see them?
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, go and have a look, Phil.
I feel this centurion soldier is also evident here at times, walking up and down and, you know, making this thudding sound.
There's only one guy stood just here, but very still. There's nobody down that side.
I don't know, well, I just heard a footstep, so...
This is this little guy's area. There's no two ways about it.
Well,
This is where he is. Because can I just say, it goes back, and he's not looking at this as it is. He's seen it in the times that he was here with the Roman soldiers.
Oh, well, in a way, I'm quite pleased that I couldn't be here on my own. David, it's back to you in the hub.
Where are we going?
We're going to the cellar.
Right.
What it is, I've actually taken an object from Woodchester Mansion.
Yeah.
I've got it about my person, so it's a small object.
That's right.
And what we're going to do, we're going to place it in the cellar. It's going to be completely locked away, so nobody else can see what it is.
So who knows what this object is?
Only me.
Only you?
Yeah.
I don't know this.
Nobody else knows, and I'm confident no one knows what I've chosen. And we're going to put it in the cellar.
Okay.
And essentially ask people at home to try to see if they can pick up any impressions about what they think that object might be.
Okay. Let's padlock it. Matthew, you lock that. Right, we're going to lock that, and Matthew will give me the key. So this is remote viewing experiment. We need to know, what do you think that object is? And whilst you do that, it's time to go to our next location.
Take heed and be cautious. These innocent passageways are not all they seem. One misjudged turn could result in a gruesome and fatal fall. Could the apparitions seen here be the spirits of US servicemen who perished in the name of freedom during a doomed D-Day training exercise in 1944? Who are these forgotten heroes, abandoned, serving time for all eternity?
I don't know if you can see us down here, but we just decided to have a little bit of a... Can you see us? We're just coming up the stairs now, purely because we just... Can you see us? There we are. This is a really, really spooky place. And the reason why I'm holding on to Phil is because there's bats flying everywhere, and I just hate it beyond belief.
You're scaring me more than anything, anyway.
Sorry. But everything's open up at the top as well, which is really quite horrible. And it's not nice at all. I just hope nothing flies down here. And there's supposed to be a lot of activity up here as well, isn't there?
Activity, yeah, connected to World War II soldiers, American soldiers, who died. Apparently, there was an exercise that went wrong with a pontoon bridge, and a tank fell in one of the lakes and killed 20 soldiers.
Right, okay. It feels... I am so nervous, I'm really sorry. I don't know why I am this nervous. I'm so jumpy.
You freak me out.
Are you nervous?
I am now, yeah. You're going off about the back.
I know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I just, what? Oh, right, sorry, I thought somebody said I can see a light. No, it's not cold, it's fine. It's just got a very funny feel to it. It's an eerie feel to it.
It's a sensation like you're being watched all the time.
Do you know, that's exactly how I feel. Yeah. I feel like somebody's watching me all the time. So, where's Derek? I want Derek up here because it's going to be so interesting to see what he says. So, can we send Derek up here, please? Oh, he's on his way, he's coming up. I know it's quite a few stairs to get up to the top. Okay. Oh, thank God. This is horrible. Am I right in saying this is...
There's a foreboding feeling here. Absolutely, and it just surrounds me. It's like a malevolent energy here. Certainly not benevolent. And, oh, gosh.
What's the matter?
Take it off. Oh, it's like, a mental picture coming and hitting me and what have you. And I feel as if I've got this distress all around me, and this feeling as if, no. And I get it's something that's tied around my neck here. It's like a ligature, and it's tightening all the time. Okay, sweetie, it's a lady, it's a young female, a young woman who's, oh, bless her. There's a young lady's energy here who was that strangulation? Oh, garroted. She was strangulated. It's a man's hand. He's got her down, and she's on her knees, and he's tightening this thing, and he's taking sheer negative, horrible, vile feelings of strangulation. He's taking sheer joy. Take that off me, please. And a young lady so helpless, and these are the energies that seem to be flowing up into these levels here.
Who is this lady, Derek?
Come on, who is she? Who is she? Sam's just said something about the person that was around here in these energies at the time. She was a servant to the Viscount, a servant to the Viscount, a servant.
Right.
A servant girl to the Viscount.
Can you give us a name?
Can you give me a name, please, Sam? Please. Oh, just before, there's also another energy that comes up here, and he's from a different time era, but he comes up here. He calls himself very, very, very clearly Vincent, Vincent, Vincent. And he knows, but it's got nothing to do with him. This slaying, the strangulation of the young maid girl. Vincent who? Is he photocopy? Vincent Lee! Vincent Lee!
Right.
Vincent Lee.
So he knew about the strangulation of the girl, but he didn't commit the crime?
No, sorry. No, Vincent Lee, when this happened here. Is this the same time frame, Sam? Thank you. No, he was aware, so I feel like this young lady's life was taken from her before Vincent Lee. I'm not sure whether he was here or whether it was afterwards, and he got to know about this slaying, and he must have kept quiet, but he must have had knowledge. I feel
Yes. Oh my God, what was that? Where did that go?
Something snapped there.
Was that a bulb in the thing? Was that a bulb in the light? No.
No.
What
No.
what was
What
it?
was that noise then?
Please tell me what it was.
It's because we're
technical?
talking about it.
It wasn't. Right, hang on. Was it technical?
So nobody was here was
What the
responsible
hell
for that
was
noise.
that?
That was the snapping sound, okay?
Oh.
Now, this is the energies that are at play. They are listening to us. They are these people, these active spirits are listening to us.
I'm here at the top of the stairs, leading down to the cellar. Now, all of you at home have become very excited by the fact that when I was here with Matthew, you think that you saw an orb floating past my shoulder. So let's have a look at that piece of footage. See if you can see this orb. We're slow motioning that. Can you see it going past my shoulder? Now, I can tell you that we've actually had this verified. We've got a lot of technical people here who say that is not a technical artifact. Do you think it's an orb? What is an orb? If you do think it's an orb, get in touch. Matthew, come here. You've just had a look at it. Let's just, whilst you're thinking about it, let's see it again. Let's look at this orb. Can you see it? Slow motion. There it is, by my shoulder. And there it is. Matthew, what do you make of that?
Well, it looks like a bit of dust, really. It's a very dusty place. I mean, the floor has lots of dust going around, so it could simply be that. It does look a bit unusual, but I think, again, it's people kind of making...
Say that again.
Well, it looks a bit unusual. That doesn't necessarily mean it's paranormal.
Let's go downstairs and open up. This has been locked by you, hasn't it?
That's right, we did manage to lock it in the end, so... It's been...
Okay, here you are. Okay, after you. Come on, then. As we go down to the cellar, let me tell you, 50% of our thousands of people who've taken part say it's a key. 2,000 people say it's a key. 20% say it's a toy. We've also got people coming in with daggers and a crucifix,
Right.
and a metal kitchen object. Where is it?
So I hid it over here. I made sure none of the cameras could pick up on it.
Okay, so no one here has seen it. No
No,
producers.
it's here. I'm afraid it's not a key.
Before we look at it, I do want to know is if there are any more bizarre things that the audience have come up with. I'm just being told from Interactive, from the hub upstairs. Okay, before I do that, Matthew, what is the right answer? What did you put
Okay,
down
well, what it was, it's a little wooden badge in the shape of an owl. And it was something I took out of the gift shop here in the mansion. So it's from here. I wanted to choose something that was a little bit unusual, obviously not something anyone could just guess. I thought someone might have at least...
Right, pick it up, show us. Let's go where there's a bit more light.
Okay.
Come over here, round the pillar. Show us this.
That's what it was. It's just a little wooden owl. It's kind of got some ceramics on there as well, and it's a badge, and it's just taken from the gift shop here. So, but nobody guessed if it was an
No,
owl.
that's not true. 3 people got it right. Which is extraordinary, because that's not a normal object, is it?
That's right. I mean, given though that you'd have said thousands of people have contacted us, I mean, you might expect by chance some people are gonna guess it, but you say now that some people did actually say that.
3 people. Now, I can tell you that, I mean, I think what's so odd about that is that you'd expect to be keys, credit card, the sort of things that you got on you. But given that 3 people did get it right,
Yeah,
are you surprised?
But you're saying small and wooden, that's not giving an actual explanation of what it is. You would have thought if someone would pick up on it, it actually was a little owl, and you've got thousands of people ringing in, you would have thought some people would have maybe picked up on it. But again, at least somebody did get close.
But it is a good experiment, isn't it?
Well, ideally that you want to randomly choose something rather than try and sort of second guess what I might be choosing. But it gives a chance to test the possibility of people ringing in and seeing if they can pick up an object, which through normal means they shouldn't be able to know what that object is.
Okay, well, we've got more experiments coming up later. As I said, this mansion has been the site of multiple murders. We have an interactive experiment where we need your help to name some of the people that were killed and the name of one of those killers that only we know. So that's coming up in just a bit. But it's time now to go to our next location, and this is the story of the kitchen.
Illogically situated far away from the nearest dining hall, the kitchen is one of the few spaces updated once building stopped. But following William Lee's death in 1873, demolition or completion was considered too expensive, so the mansion was left to rot. Numerous paranormal investigations have detailed astonishing results that would make the most rational skeptic think twice. Self-starting clocks, shuffling footsteps and unexplained noises have all featured in reports submitted whilst in the kitchen. What mysteries will Derek unfold tonight as we try and uncover the secrets of Woodchester Mansion?
Well, we're here in the kitchen, and it's a very weird place because it's quite small. It's very square, and the ceiling is very, very high. It's beautiful ceiling. It's really lovely architecture, and you can obviously tell it's a kitchen because we've got the old-fashioned fireplace here. And if you look, we've got the marbles there, which is part of the which is an investigation, and hopefully they've got flour down here, and hopefully we'll see maybe some of the marbles move. That's what we're hoping for, and if they do move, we'll see marks in the flour. So far, as you can see, nothing yet. I'm not getting too close to the fireplace because apparently bats like to come down that chute thing there, and if a bat comes out now, I'll absolutely lose it completely, which we don't want to see. Over here, very interestingly, is a clock. Now, this clock apparently has been known to start on its own and stop on its own for there's no logical explanation to why that's happening. I mean, I don't know about you, Phil, but I thought maybe if the bats are coming down really quickly from the chimney breast, maybe they're causing a breeze and starting the clock.
You've only got to feel the weight of the pendulum to realise that that's not going to happen.
Oh, God.
That is really hefty.
It is heavy, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. I mean, there's lots of the sort of strange things that have been happening here, strange apparitions, haven't there? What else?
Strange apparitions, footstep noises, shuffling noises, and, like you say, the clock, which is really interesting as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, well, let's get the lights down in this room. And, oh, God, it's horrible. It's not nice at all. I do not like it. Derek, Derek, can you hear me?
Yes, I mean...
Come on. Okay. What, it's not nice at all. There's a feeling in this room. There's a feeling in all the rooms.
There is. And this is a separate feeling, an individual feeling, Ivy. And, you know, I was first drawn to the fireplace for some reason. I feel as if, you know, there's a man who's actually, for some reason, why he walks through here, he seems to, with a purposeful walk, not a very tall man, quite a small man, about 5'2", and he walks in that direction. And I'm just, you know, replaying what he does, and it's if he goes there, and look,
No, I've just touched that.
Oh, you have touched
I just
it?
touched that. I've just
Okay.
touched that.
Well, can I say, I'm drawn to this, and this man's intentions, he starts from like a standing point, and he moves it, and this would be rocking, and what have you. And this here, for some reason, I'm not saying all the time, but those hands wouldn't stay as they are now, 10:30. They would move and go around, and then suddenly, when his energy later on depleted, that would stop at a fixed time. But the most interesting thing about it all is, I got a voice connection. He was very kind, and I got this feeling as if I got this like flat cap on, turned round, small size, and I said, "Who are you, please?" And he said, "My name is Francois Keller," and I get this French, like a French accent. It's, you know, and I can spell onions, maybe linked to him and what have you. Now, this is the sad thing about this, is he's tormented as well, because he was actually, his life was taken away from him here, and it was taken away. And if I get a building person who's building, doing things. He was, thank you, Sam. Sam tells me Francois was a builder here. He was employed to do work here.
Well, it's interesting what you
And
should
there was
say.
great anger.
Should we show, if you follow me, I just want to show you something and see if you can make a bigger connection. And if we go through, oh my God, I don't know if this is right. Okay. All right. And have a look in there. Can you see, Derek?
Yes.
What? Can you see what there is?
Yes. These can. Oh.
Look,
Did
see?
you hear that? Yes. There's the tools. And can I say to you, the conditions, this is why he's on this level while he comes round here. He was working, he was employed, and you know, in a fit of anger, a state of anger, one of his work colleagues killed him. And these two who, especially the one who took this work colleague's life, convinced the other workmen, they made an excuse. They said to them, look, we're not getting paid enough, our money hasn't come. Let's down these tools and go. But that was to cover up the murder. Where are you taking me? He's taking me close to water. There's water, a lot of water. And
There is a lake.
he was submerged in water.
There's a lake 3 miles away.
He was weighted in water. And this man who killed him had a trusted friend in these workers, builders, whatever they were doing here. And he helped him carry this soul to the water.
Who was the killer?
Who is the killer, please? Who's a work colleague? Okay, yeah. I get this. I don't know if that's a first name or surname, and it's Simone. Something Simone. Simone.
Simone.
Simone. Simone. Is that the first or surname, Sam? You'll have to help me answer. Gerard Simone.
Gerard
Simone.
Was
he
the
gives
killer.
me, because I feel was the one who took the man's life, the killer.
Okay, David, I mean, I think that's some of the most amazing, to come out with first names and surnames, but do they add up? Do they add up with our historians?
Do you know, thank you, Yvette. I have to say that, as you know, I'm an open-minded skeptic, cynic, but I have seen some amazing stuff, and Derek does come out with names that we wouldn't expect, does he not, Richard?
Oh yes, indeed, but he's bound to, because obviously we haven't got records of all the people that, I mean, how many people must have been working on this house? A lot of them would have been foreigners that brought in specialists, because this was a fine house and there were some fine craftsmen.
Francois and Gerard, both, of course, French names.
French plaster workers, perhaps, or stonemasons that could well have been brought in from France or somewhere else. Nobody
Let's
knows.
just, I have to interrupt. Let's go back to the clock. The clock has started
Hang
ticking.
on, don't move it, don't move it, don't move it.
Yvette, we're on you.
Is it ticking? Can you hear it? Is it here? Can you hear it ticking?
You've got to stop it.
Shh, why have we got to stop it?
Because that's what you pushed it. It was still swinging for ages.
Would that start the ticking?
It's not ticking. I think she was just letting it swing.
Can we be quiet for a sec, and just so we can hear it ticking? I can't hear anything. Well, that's absolutely, I mean, if you're absolutely sure that that was still, and now it started, I know what you're saying, Phil, but this is amazing. Things are starting to happen here.
Great thing about Most Haunted Live is wherever we go in the country, we're joined by celebrities. Daniela Westbrook, very pleased to see you here tonight.
Hello.
Why are you here?
Because I wanted to see what it was all about. We watch it a lot at home, all of us, and we just wanted to come down and have the experience. So.
What are you getting out tonight? I mean, I know it's difficult because you're in a room full of people. It feels quite cosy in here.
Yeah,
but
you don't really
building,
feel anything in here, but I haven't been anywhere else in the building, but I should imagine it can be quite scary if you're on your own up there.
How would you fancy going off into a different room?
On my own?
Yes. I've got a nasty streak in me tonight.
You're coming with me right now, Kevin.
No, on your own?
No.
Yeah.
Phil.
You know?
With Kevin or on my own?
On your own?
With Kevin, I'll go.
Oh.
Go on.
Would you not go on your own?
On my own, yeah,
Come on, what do you think you should...
Okay.
Yes, all right. I want to introduce you now to a new expert, CJ. Chris Jensen-Roma, is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
Now, you're a historian. You know this local area very, very well.
That's correct, yeah.
And the two of you were having a bit of a fracas about this orb thing.
Just discussing again about some of these photographs that have the, these apparent orbs on there. And I just think they are easily explainable in terms of, with the digital cameras, those kind of problems. I think CJ was saying the one that you showed before...
the one that moved,
behind your head.
Move, yes.
He was saying then that maybe seemed a bit more impressive.
Yeah, the thing is that the one in the fireplace, to get an orb as a digital camera artifact, you need to have a light source such as a flash, which reflects off an object such as a filament of dust or anything in the air. So a piece of dust may well move if it's near a chimney where there's going to be a breeze. So then if you take two photos, but one which actually moves while it's on camera, on a digital video camera, is much more impressive.
But then, yeah, but I think it may also just have another explanation. It doesn't necessarily mean it's paranormal. It could be a fly, it could be send some dust,
it
might be other kind of lighting.
Come on, it was a light which moved quite
there we are.
Clearly
that's the
head.
first one.
All right, now, but these are digital ones where, again, it could well be explained in
There's
terms
the
of
first one in the
it.
fireplace, Matthew, and then look at the second one. There
Yeah.
it is. Matthew, it's moved.
Yes.
Yes.
And CJ is
We
admitting
both agree there.
With these ones, it's quite possible that a piece of dust or whatever, the way it shows up on a digital camera, it will create these very unusual, anomalous light effects.
Enough, because you're going to do this forever. CJ, as a local historian, you've also researched the murders that took place
Yes,
here.
I have, in fact, researched a number of stories relating to murders, and it's very difficult to pin them down.
Yeah.
But I have got some names, I have got some facts, and I have got some locations.
So you've pinpointed facts, 2 people that you know were killed in this building.
2 people who died in the house on this side, yes.
Okay,
We must remember there were 3 houses on this side.
Indeed. But 2 people, those 2 were killed?
Yes.
They were murdered?
They were, indeed. In one case, definitely murdered, and the other died under extremely suspicious circumstances.
And you also have researched and found the name of one of the killers, is that correct?
That is correct, and I don't believe that that information is readily available.
So what have you done with that information?
Well, so far I've stored it, and I've kept it to myself, and nobody else, as far as I know, who's here tonight, has been party to that information. Now, I have heard a rumour a while ago that some of the information may possibly be out there, but... You know, I was talking to someone, but I haven't been told the name. I know my subject. I went through archives, I went through record offices, I've checked.
As you meander down the country lane and through the dense woodland, you will eventually meet one of England's hidden treasures. Built on a site associated with great tragedy, some have even claimed it cursed. From Roman battles to Victorian jewels, the tortured memories of this land are no less than brutal. So does this explain the images of marching Roman centurions? And why have people fled in fear to the thud of stampeding horses charging up the driveway?
Well, here we are outside the mansion, and as you can see, it looks absolutely beautiful as it's lit up. Can you see it there? And the gargoyles look absolutely menacing. They really do, don't they? Well, there's lots of phenomena that has been seen on the drive. I think that's a fox. Nothing yet. It's very, very still out here, very, very quiet. So it'd be interesting to find out what Derek makes of it. Derek, come on in and tell us what, because things have been seen here.
Right, okay.
Outside, on this particular driveway here.
Well, I mean, the feeling psychically, without actually seeing anything at this moment, tells me the residual energy of movement. So yes, I would agree without it at this moment getting anything. But what I am aware of is what's coming in on me now, which didn't earlier on since we've come out now, is this like feeling of, you know, as if I've got groups and groups of people, and they seem to be all grouped together, and they're in like circle type of situation, and I've got this like chant, and it's a constant chant going on my inner earlobe, and it's like, the only way I can describe it is these people grouping together for a common purpose, and I just feel it is. It's like, well, satanic, and it's most definitely devil worship. It's also, you know, in here, because that stench is coming to me now. Yeah. You know, I feel there's been human sacrifice here.
You're kidding?
Yes, no, not kidding. I feel there's been, in times, some way back, there's been this satanic and a worship at a certain time. And I also feel, if I may say, you know, it's a sense of self-importance just envelopes me at the moment. Not me, myself, personally, but to these people who used to come here. And it's not just on a one-off occasion. I feel a regular times that they all used to group. And I feel some probably, in the day, some very important figures, because that sense of importance it seems to be just unfolding on me. And
what about if we head on down into there? If that's all right with everybody, I watch your footing and everything. So some people may start falling.
I wouldn't be at all surprised whether out here at times, not so much spiritual lights, but you know, movements of strong light, anomaly, I should say, not orbs, but light, very strong light. And also, I'm aware of for some reason, a horse. There's a horse here.
A horse?
Yes, it's a horse condition. And this horse is up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and at the same area all the time. A replay, a replay. The horse is not running by itself. There seems to be a figure on top of this horse. And he's, you won't believe this, but I get the conditions as if I'm mounting the horse in my mind's eye, and I'm going along, and I can't see for some reason. I can't see in front of me. Is that what this is? Okay, thank you. I feel there's also been, the only way I can describe it, some kind of beheading here. Someone's head was lopped off. Rupert is up and down on this black horse. And
so he was beheaded. He was beheaded.
I feel this must be the person that it's given me the energy that the head came off. And spiritually, I just feel as if I want to accuse him. I want to accuse him of something. And I feel taking the head off him in like a justice.
How far back does this go?
Oh, gosh. Oh, God. Come on, Sam. Oh. The only way I can describe this at the moment, hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay. Hundreds and hundreds. Yes, say it again. Sir. Sir. What does that mean, Sam? Sir Rupert. Sir Rupert. Langs? I can't pronounce that, Sam. Lanaksky? It sounded like Lanaksky. Okay, and I feel, please, there was a number of people around him and took his head off, and they felt it was done justly, a just beheading. And yet I feel as if his energies is up and down here, and he's not a wrestled soul because it seems as if he did something despicable in order for this, the only way I can describe it, being beheaded.
Gosh, and that actually has been seen, hasn't it, Phil?
That's been seen on a number of occasions, by two separate groups of people too.
Oh, right. Well, I tell you, this soul, he can't rest. He's not rested, and he's using this horse because maybe this was his horse, and this is why I couldn't understand why I couldn't see. I'm on top of the horse and I'm looking for, but I can't see.
And you're riding up and down?
Yes, up and down, a noise, you know, with the hooves.
God.
As I come here, close here as well, you know, I feel there's...
I have to be careful because everybody's walking backwards. I'm
Yes.
so worried. Just go
see,
steady.
I'm coming out here, as we're coming out here, that energy of this, like, constant chanting seems to be getting stronger here. And it's like as if I've got a mixture of males and females, and they are in a very, very large circle. And I see a fire. I get the impressions of a big fire, and it seems I'm seeing them away over to the right of the fire. And I know, I just feel so strongly, psychically and spiritually, that there was, at a certain time, and the only way I describe this, it wasn't just adults. I feel, I'm talking here also, please, of child sacrifice. Children.
Oh dear.
Without
That's
a
not
doubt.
good. Do you want to go further
Can we,
down?
please?
Just to
Have the
let David know and everybody else is that I can't hear anybody. So I think with the further we go into the woods, I can't have any contact with you, so I can't hear anything. So we'll just keep going, and you just go back to David when you want. So while we sort of like keep walking through these fields.
Yvette, I'm not in my normal position. I'm in the kitchen and I don't like it very much. Daniela Westbrook is with me. Why are you here? Are you a big believer in this?
I love Most Haunted, and I'm a big believer in spiritualism and
Why?
spirits. Because I like it, and it makes me feel safe to know there's somewhere else to go to.
Okay, and you're in the kitchen now. I have to say, I feel as though someone's walked over my grave. I really don't like being in here.
I'm okay, I'm in the moment.
This is the most active area, according to our viewers tonight.
Yeah.
And I think at this point I'm going. So I'm going to leave you in the kitchen.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to leave you on your own in the kitchen. Oh, and one other thing, Daniela.
Turn the lights
Let's
out.
turn the lights out.
Turn them out. Still feels okay at the moment. The marbles haven't moved. It's okay. The clock's not moving. Nothing going on there, is there? They don't like me much, these ghosts, because they're not moving around. But my heart is starting to race a little bit, but it's all right. I don't get a bad feeling in here. I don't get a bad feeling in here at all. Not at all. I think it's quite a calming feeling for me. I don't feel anything bad. Just waiting for something to happen. It's not happening for me.
It's all bravado. You wait. You wait. It's really, really horrible in there. We're going to leave her there for the moment. Just tell me, I was kind of trying to listen to what Derek was saying outside, but there was loads of names that was coming up that I knew from the research that I'd done. What did you pick up there, Richard?
I picked up this business of Catholicism and the fact that William Lee was a converted Roman Catholic, and he wanted to build something here that was a monument, if you like, to the Catholic Church. Remember that even in the 1840s and 1850s, Catholics were still second-class citizens in this country.
And I also heard this, the term cardinal mentioned.
That's right, yes indeed. He wanted, and in fact, cardinals were invited, and a cardinal did actually visit.
Yeah, because
these
actually
premises.
that was the reason this room was completed, wasn't it?
Indeed it was, quite right, yeah. He also, of course, went to, as I said earlier, Augustus Pugin, who was a staunch Roman Catholic and had built over 100 Catholic churches in this country in the 1850s.
But also it wasn't Pugin that built this, it was
wasn't.
Hansom and
Correct.
his apprentice.
And
Hansom,
again, were
of
also
course,
Catholics.
His brother was well known for Hansom cabs in London. I
Correct.
love that
Yes,
piece
indeed.
of fact. What about you, Matthew? For you, Derek keeps coming up with names that concur with what Richard has read, what I've read. Is this just Derek sneaking off, looking at books?
Well, the difficulty is we don't know. We can't discriminate between those two possibilities, between the possibility he has read about it or he's actually doing something, what he claims to be doing. When he has come up with names that we've not got in our notes, and also it seems to be there's some evidence that people are ringing in before they heard Derek say the names.
But you would expect that if he was just simply going on the historical facts, he wouldn't have thrown in these names that we can't verify, wouldn't you?
Well, that's right. I mean, exactly. It could be some of the stuff going on, what he has read, he might throw in a few extra names, and again, it may well turn out that the names he's adding to the names we know about are perhaps the names that CJ's come up with in his researches, so it'll be interesting to see if they tally.
In fact, if in Matthew's words, Derek can't really win, because if he comes up with people that we've read about, then, oh, well, he's read it on the internet, and if he comes up with people that we don't know about, well, anybody can come up with those.
Okay.
Because we can't verify it.
All right, thank you for the moment. Now, I can tell you that Yvette has now joined Daniela with Derek. They should all now be in the kitchen.
Yeah, we're here in the kitchen, and I've just asked Derek now, is there anything in here anymore? And you've just said about the residual energy.
The residual energy will always stay here, and the replaying of an act, what actually happened. And I firmly believe that this man's life, this builder, stonemason and what have you, would have taken place very close to where the clock area is now. But do you take the clock away? You know, I was asking myself the question and asking Sam why it would be there next to the clock. Well, maybe the clock hasn't always been there, but this area here, I feel, is where the man fell, he was brought down and what have you, and this is why he is active when he wishes to be in this area.
Do you think it's worth actually just sort of, I don't know, maybe standing very quietly and maybe concentrating and seeing, or would it be worth it?
Well, we can, but we can't count that he's going to actually do that, because, you see, we're talking now about a spirit person, and those spirit people, such as the man, bless him, who was murdered here by one of his own, his energies, after a short period of time, will be spent. It's different than ours. We're in the physical body, and we can recharge our energies. But the spirit people are out of the physical body, so they put an effort in, and that energy drainage comes in quickly, so they can't actually stay in the atmosphere and be rigid, so to speak, at every beck and call.
Well, what do you reckon? We just be really quiet for a little bit?
Well, we can do that, and we'll just see, maybe we send our thoughts out collectively.
Well, everybody at home, apparently, all the viewers are actually saying that this is the most active room, so maybe people that are watching at home or on the internet or whatever, maybe they will see things that we can't see. So
yes.
If we all just be quiet and maybe concentrate or something. It's getting warmer.
It is. Yeah,
Do you feel... You've got a big coat on.
Yes.
It's getting warmer.
Yes.
I know it's very quick, but it's getting warmer.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can't, it's difficult to tell because we can't actually see a great deal.
That's right.
But there's
Can I just send a thought out, if I may?
Yeah.
Francois, if your energy is spent, that's okay, we understand this, but if you can, whilst we're here in our group, please, if you can, show us something, a sign, a noise, something that we can, with your blessing, we can relate to.
We'll start the clock. What's that noise? What is that noise? Shh, what was that noise? What was that? Did you hear that, Ross? That was by you.
It was through there, yes.
Where?
Yes, like a rushy air.
Where?
It was through there.
Ross, did you hear anything then? What did you hear? It was a hissing noise, wasn't it? In fact, we're going to the noise. It was about here where Ross was. What did you hear?
It was a hissing sound. Yes. And it was quite constant.
Apparently, I've just been told viewers are reporting a shh.
That's not fair. That's not fair. It is midnight. And I have to say, for the people in here, is it possible to dim the lights in here? I don't know, because I feel they're not really getting the sense of this building. I'll let the technical guys think about that one. When Yvette said she heard something, I heard really bizarre noises because I've got a feed in my ear from the building, and I heard something that I wouldn't normally hear. Can't really describe it. Let's take these lights down, because I really feel that everyone here feels... Let's take them lower. Come on. Less cosy now, isn't it? Less comfortable? Not yet? Can we take them down further? Can we go back to Yvette yet? Let's go back to Yvette. I just want to plunge our audience into darkness a bit.
That's just peculiar. That is really, really peculiar. I mean, that is really strange. We heard, first of all, it was a long hissing sound.
Yeah.
You heard it, didn't you?
Every person hears that.
Yeah.
Rush of air going through a pipe.
Yeah, well then how come at the same time, at midnight, there's all this sound? What? What's wrong with the batteries?
Mine's gone flat.
Derek's battery's gone flat. My talkback's been going in and out and making really strange noises.
Seen a moment ago about his energy and drawn off. So...
Should we do it again? Should we
let's try it
concentrate again?
Because he's had, in order to do that, I reckon he's drained off the battery.
Join pinkies, join pinkies. Join pinkies. Pinkies, you never know.
Yes.
Ross, get in here.
Why are we pinkies?
Viewers are saying the clock's ticking. Is this clock ticking?
Yes.
No way.
Yes, it's ticking.
Shh, shh, shh. Shush.
Yep.
I can't hear anything. Shh.
It's moving.
No, no. That's not ticking. That is not ticking. It's not. I'm sorry, guys. It's not ticking. Sorry to disappoint you all.
You can see it going.
Should we try one more time? We seem to have had especially Derek, if you call out. What do we reckon? Everybody concentrate. Shh, close your eyes. Concentrate. Concentrate. Everybody relax. Okay?
Thank you, Francois. Please, I know it's asking a lot, but please, whatever you can, please do for us in these couple of moments. And by all means, drain all the batteries. Just give us your own individual proof.
Derek is just, at the moment, just trying to urge something to happen. Shh, there it is again. Shut up. Shh. Did you hear that?
Yes.
That is it.
Yes.
What could that possibly... Is it anything
It's not a pipe,
technical?
but there's no pipes in
Did
the
anything
building.
happen? So I'm just talking through to the scanner. Did anything happen in there, sound-wise? No technical problems at all. We all heard it again? Is there anything... Can I just have a check? Is there something through here? It's in the kit. What? In there? What do you mean? The taps? Ah. There's something in the kitchen. Maybe it's a pipe. Is there pipes? There's nobody in the kitchen. There's nothing. There's no one
Pipes
there.
wouldn't cause that sound.
No, that's not the same noise.
No, this was a purity of hissing. Every single naked ear, all of us heard the same thing.
It was loud.
It was loud.
Wasn't it, Daniel? It was.
It did sound, it could have been technical, but then...
It wasn't a technical noise. It was a...
No, there's nothing. It
I
was
thought
come where?
coming from somebody's-
You think it went from back? Let's go back that way.
Yeah. It was
Wasn't
prominent
this far
hissing.
down?
Yeah, I mean,
Close to us.
Yeah.
why don't we go down to the cellar? What do you reckon, Dave?
Yes, let's go.
All
Let's
right,
go
then.
down, yeah?
All right, who knows how to get to the cellar from here?
That way.
Let's go towards that way then.
Yeah.
I get so lost. Let's head down towards the cellar.
Yeah.
Do you reckon? I
Yeah, let's
think
go,
there's just
yeah.
something there.
Yeah.
Come on, Daniela.
Where is she?
She's behind us.
Where the heck is it?
I thought that hissing was coming from somebody's headphones, but obviously not.
No, it's too...
Okay. I don't know, we're going to have a check and see if we can hear anything down here. I think this place, by far, I know everybody's saying the kitchen is very active, but there's definitely, there's a real, I don't like it, it's a horrible, horrible feeling down here. The temperature's dropped straight away. It's absolutely freezing. Good God. Oh, how cold is it in here? Oh, it stinks. It smells in here. It smells of chemicals, but that could be something to do with the house. I don't know. Is there any way?
It doesn't feel nice. The other one.
How do you feel?
A bit calmer. This one feels a lot more cold and close.
Yeah. It's not nice in here, is it?
This is borne out. I mean, this little person, this like midget male, this is his place. And he in and out in his energies, and he would leave this energy here.
Is he here now?
I can just barely. I know he's listening to us. I know that. And this rushing across the room and then going through here, through the wall, which he can find easy to do. And I feel he's in this basement, this area. He's to blame. He's to blame for any noises and anything he would generate. Yeah. Absolutely. And also, I'm not saying he's joining in with him, but that Roman that I picked up earlier, like a centurion, what have you, he is also in the atmosphere. So you've got the two of them.
They can make an awful lot.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Matthew Smith should come down here. Matthew,
Yes, I do.
if you can hear us.
Stop
laughing, Matthew. Are you going to come down to the cellar?
Yeah, I'll come down, no problem.
Okay, we're here in the cellar now, and I'm awful really. I've just kicked everybody out, and there's only us here and our lovely cameraman. So I think what we should do is shut the door, if we can, shut it. Because I was down here earlier on, and I think this is a really freaky place. And I think what we should do is, our lovely poor cameraman, there's only one down here, I think we should split up. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know where the heck I'm going because I can't see a damn thing. Watch that light. Okay. Just see if we can feel anything or sense anything. You see anything? How do you feel?
It's so cold.
I do know that he's listening in very, very intently. Come on. Show us something. Give us movement. Give us sound.
Something just, what the hell? Oh, that's all right, that's okay, that was just a cable on the floor. Can anybody, how about you, Matthew?
No, it does feel very cold in here. It's the one part of the building that obviously is cold, but then again, we're underground, so you'd kind of expect that. But no, it has a very oppressive feeling, being underground. But
Have you?
Okay. You have?
Yeah, just here.
So you have as well.
We'll be by windows. I can't feel that much of a difference of a breeze. I can't feel it. Is it coming out there? Is there a draft up there?
It was while the cameraman was still talking to Matthew. This draft went straight past me, over towards Matthew.
Yeah. I feel that this little man is in this atmosphere here, and I'm not saying he's playing with us, but he's been listening.
Oh.
Come on then.
It's not nice, is it?
No.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freezing in here. It's like frozen practically.
There is now. I've just felt. Sorry, Daniel. There is a breeze that's just come right across me here. It came from over from Daniela, and went whew, past.
I didn't feel anything here.
No?
You would think that it should come to me.
Well, yeah, I know it should, but
Oh, big breeze, big breeze, right there. I'm serious, Matthew.
Yes.
It was almost like somebody went,
Yeah.
right on my left arm.
I felt yes. No, God, there is actually a
Can you
strong
feel
breeze
it?
here. Well, okay, so my immediate thing, you're thinking it must be something causing that breeze.
Yeah, but
what
where
is that?
from?
Where from where?
To be so isolated like that, to be so isolated and to rush past you like that is bizarre.
There are windows here, but the way the breeze was coming round was this way,
The windows are there.
Covered up as well, though.
And they're covered up, yeah.
Well, look, it was the movement, okay?
No, there was definitely. It's
You
not,
felt
yeah,
it?
It didn't feel as though it was kind of like.
David, I don't know if you can hear me, but we've got so much to talk about. We'd love to stay here all night, but this is great. I don't know how everybody's feeling in the audience there. Any more happenings there?
Yeah. You're having a fabulous time. Come on. Let's just ask, first of all, let me just tell you what's going on. There's so much going on tonight. Experiments around this Gothic mansion. The trigger object, which was the car which we drew round, hasn't moved. The marble, there we are, hasn't moved. Very sad about that. The marbles, which of course were placed in the kitchen on dusting powder, there they are. Coming up. There they are. Haven't moved. But I can tell you, though, that when the Batterslaw Ghost Research Group were here, they did exactly the same experiment, and the red marble moved, which I think is really, really stunning. And their trigger object moved as well. But perhaps we've been slightly unlucky. Let's go now to the bathroom, to the candle. Candle still alight. Derek, 3 experiments, 3 failures.
Well, David, in this work, linking with the world of spirit, you cannot command, you cannot demand. You can only ask. And if they, for many reasons, if they're really exposing themselves with their energy, there's going to be a depletion. So if you're going to have it in one part of this lovely building, it's going to be weak in another part. They can't all be in the same place with their energies at the same time.
And what did you feel, Daniela, you know, being down there with the team?
I found the kitchen okay. I found that quite calming. The cellar was absolutely freezing, and it was a lot colder in certain places than it was in others. There was more air in certain places than there was in others.
Would you fancy spending a night here on your own?
With a team of people, I'd definitely do it. With less action going on, I would definitely do it.
Perhaps you'd like to take her up on that for the show event.
You never know, you never know.
And what about you, Matthew? What's your feeling, given that we're now at sort of just after
overall, there's been some interesting stuff there. But again, obviously a lot of the kind of things we set up didn't seem to show anything particularly startling. Nobody picked up on my little owl that I had down there.
Oh, we still got small
yeah,
words.
but I think that's a bit of a kind of a vague thing. No one actually sort of had a good impression of what it might have been.
Okay.
Derek, though, has been sort of picking up on some stuff, and of course, there's a chance to sort of see whether or not some of the names he picked up on before that we haven't got any information about.
Well, I want to go to that now. Now, do you remember we asked you to name these people? 2 people who were victims, who were murdered here, and 1 killer. Now, CJ, who's sitting in the front here, has researched this extensively. Now, we have information that is not available in the history books. There is CJ. That information is contained in this envelope here. Who killed who? Who killed who? We heard from Julian what you at home think, and I just want to... I don't know what's in here, by the way. Derek, you've mentioned Rupert numerous times.
Yes.
I don't know whether this is significant or not. Rupert de Lansigny, Rupert de Boer, obviously William and Mary and so on. Any thoughts about what's in this envelope? Let me open it. I have no idea. None of us know. The only man who knows is CJ. Sir Rupert de Lansigny was the murderer. Sir George was the victim, and Sir George Huntley was the victim. Sir Rupert de Lansigny was challenged to a duel by John de Trestaine. He fled and was cut down by a servant. And could he be the headless horseman? Sir George Huntley was riding a horse after he evicted locals from his land. He too could be the headless horseman. CJ, that's a marvellous piece of work. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, well done. I'm really blown away by that. Come on, Matthew.
I knew you were going to come to me. Well, it's the most startling piece of evidence so far. Again, and as CJ said, this isn't information which is readily available. So
You didn't know, did you?
No, I didn't. I honestly...
I didn't know. None of us knew. Yvette, you didn't know.
No.
Not a clue
Well,
at all.
if that's the case, then again, it's very startling. What we'll need to do, really, is go back and see how easy it could have been picked up on. But no, it seems much more startling than saying...
Sealed. How easy it is to pick up
again,
that? Ask him. How easy was it?
Explain this. The actual source was a 19th century Vicar's Journal with a guide to the local folklore. Now, the story is that there was a lady involved, there always is. Huntley was murdered, so his niece, Alicia Standish...
Sorry, go for it.
Right, okay, well, the chap was murdered so that his niece, Alicia Standish, would inherit. John Tresphane was her lover. He stepped in and challenged this fellow to a duel. This is in the 17th century. It's the second William Huntley to die in this area. Sorry, George Huntley to die in this area. And as the fellow flees from the duel, he's beheaded. So it does strike me as very, very convincing evidence.
But you said it's only that one book you think that information might be available elsewhere. Having said that, I do think it's the most startling evidence we've seen tonight.
Are you a believer?
I'm not going to say that, but you know, I'm impressed. I mean, I would like to sort of do some more kind of control tests with maybe Derek involved, but yeah, it's very impressive and very startling.
Final word, Yvette.
I thought it was a fantastic evening. I'd just like to say thank you very much to everybody and our audience as well, and
Yeah,
everybody out there.
It has been a great night, though, hasn't it?
It's been absolutely brilliant. And I didn't come across a bat.
From Yvette, me, the rest of the team, thank you. Here are the highlights from tonight. See you very soon.
Today is summer solstice, the longest day of the year, possibly the most frightening night of our lives. Shh, what was that noise? What was that? Did you hear that, Ross? That was by you. Apparently, I've just been told viewers are reporting a scream. Shh. Hissing, that's what we're hearing. We're hissing. We're here. I'm excited.
You're doing something slightly different, aren't you?
I'm looking at the web reports, yeah, and we've actually had over 13,000.
The temperature's dropped straight away. It's absolutely freezing. Good God. Oh, big breeze, big breeze, right there. I'm serious, Matthew. It was almost like somebody went...